Connect Now. And we have a special guest with us. He's a guest to everybody on camera, I believe, as we're announcing you to the world.
Yeah.
Or SGV, I should say. SGV.
Yes.
And stuff. But we have Isaiah Carrillo.
Yes.
Yes, I said.
Carrillo.
Oh, whatever.
Carrillo. It means little car in Spanish.
Oh.
Is it really?
Carrillo? Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was carrito.
No, because some people will say El Carrillo, like me, Moniquilla.
Oh.
Like JR.
Are you calling my friend a little car?
Like,
Gosh.
JR would be like El Jarillo.
What?
Isn't Junior already little? No, like the name.
Wow,
like,
we're all...
I know we're way off.
Yeah, we're way off.
Right.
Anyway, welcome
Right.
to Let's Connect Now.
Yes,
I know
yes.
I'm already getting very familiar with having you around and, just finding out all the great things that you are doing and all the great things you've done. So the name of your company, share that name. I don't know.
Yes.
And how did you get that name?
Yeah.
Okay, so the name of our company is Zeal Productions. We've been in existence for about 2 years now. The way we came about that name was we were brainstorming. We were in a meeting like, okay, what are we going to call ourselves? Obviously we're people of faith, so we wanted something that's, similar to the Bible, but not like, oh my God, these guys are Christians.
Too spiritual.
Yeah, too spiritual. Like, and we were talking, we're like, okay, well, we're passionate about what we do. We love film. And we looked up different words on passion, and we found like zealous. So we're like, you know what? Why don't we just do Zeal for short?
I like that.
For the productions, instead of an S at the end, we have a Z. So it's, just branding the Z.
I like
Easy
that.
to remember.
Yeah, we really like your logo. I know that.
Thank you.
There's always something. There's always something behind behind everyone's logo, right?
Right.
So that's pretty awesome.
But how does somebody, because there's a lot of people out there, especially a lot of young entrepreneurs that want to get into the film industry, and yes, you can just pick up a camera and you can start shooting.
Yeah.
But there's still, you are a producer, writer, editor. You're the man of all trades when it comes to production. So how did it all started with you or for you?
Like the inspiration or just
Both.
working?
Inspiration, because you had to get inspired
They
first.
have
No,
to come
for sure.
together, right?
No, definitely. I think with this field, there's two types of people in the film industry. There's the business-minded people,
Right.
and there's the creative. I think you're born with that creativity. I really believe, for me, maybe around 8-9 years old, I started sensing that I thought differently. I thought like everything was a movie. I was, found myself writing scenes.
Isn't that every boy's thing?
Yeah, we're dreamers. The boys are dreamers. We never stop being boys or dreamers.
That's right.
Right? But no, I think it was around that age, and then I had an inspiration. I grew up in church. And the pastor was a pastor/filmmaker.
Oh, okay.
So, seeing him doing movies and just being amazed at a young age, going to the movie theater and knowing that, I knew the director, I knew the person that made this film.
Nice.
And then just the connection I had. So because I know, Junior, you're a fellow creative. You know, being a creative, you're a little weirdo, not a little weirdo. You're slightly weird because
They don't understand us.
No, yeah, you.
He's fully weird, by the way.
Oh,
wow. Thanks.
Okay. All right, shots fired. Bam. No, but you see life through a different lens,
We do.
Of course, you know how to keep it serious and professional, but there's days where it's just your creativity is flowing. And I got to a certain age where I was like, okay, I think 16, 17, I'm like, all right, I have all these ideas inside of me, but how do I get it out there?
Right.
And I grew up in the Silicon Valley, so up there, everyone's dream is big tech, entrepreneurship, but no one's making movies.
Right. It's down here.
It's unheard of. And so at 18, 19 years old, I came down here. I got involved in church production, at a high level. Did a movie, a TV show for this company.
Nice.
It was good. I learned a lot. I feel like that was my film school, because a lot of people were going.
So you didn't actually go to film school?
No,
Hands-on training?
No, hands-on. Straight into it. 19, 20 years old and right into it.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of people were going to film school. I think film school is good. I think more for the business of film.
Okay.
Contracts, production, contracts, all that stuff. But I think you can't teach creativity.
No.
It has to be in you.
Wait, so did you have a mentor? Did you have somebody mentoring you during that time? Or was that something that you were doing on your own? This episode is brought to you by Massage Envy with 2 locations here in West Covina and in Diamond Bar by our friends from Prospectors Federal Credit Union, with also 2 locations, West Covina and Diamond Bar, by our friends from Suburban Water, our friends from Plaza West Covina, by our friends from Med Spa Deluxe LA. We couldn't be happier. Thank you. They also have 2 locations, one here in West Covina and their newest location in Rancho Cucamonga.
Also, we want to thank Black Widow Investigations. If you have a case that needs investigation on bike accident, lawsuit, call Black Widow Investigations. And also No Chance Foundation, a awesome nonprofit that we support here locally.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Hey everyone, this is Danielle with Prospectors Federal Credit Union. Just checking in with you guys, see how everything is going. Also wanted to share we have some amazing summer CD promotions right now. You guys have worked hard for your money. Your money needs to work just as hard for you. So come check us out. Check out our website. We're at www.prospectorsfcu.org, or you can visit us on our Instagram at prospectorsfcu, or give us a call, 909-396-9688. You want to reach me directly, you can get me at my extension at 2240. Come see us. We want to go ahead and share all of our promotions we have, especially with the CDs. We have a 5% APY for 5 months. We do have an 8-month at 4% APY, and we even have a 12-month at 4.5% APY. You want to know more? Come see me. See you guys soon. Bye.
Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And if you own a business, DM us if you want to come on our show. If you have product that you want us to talk about, if you're a brand new business, send us a DM. We would love to showcase you here in our show. We have a lot of things coming up in the next few months, so make sure you guys are looking at our promos on Instagram. And thank you so much for watching every Tuesday night on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, in the beginning, like I said, it was more like inspiration, but I felt like the mentors came along the way. Okay. But to find those mentors, like, you have to be hungry. And in a sense, you almost have to go searching for them. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my desire is to, you know, I'm jumping ahead here, but my desire is like, no, I'm looking for the creatives. As somebody who's, I'm not way ahead, but I'm at a good place in production. Right. I'm looking for young people and just people in general who want to do film, because it's like this far off dream, you know?
Yeah, no, it is.
And you can get on set. You can find yourself working a set, but it's just like the bottom of the totem pole.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
as a PA.
Yeah. Exactly.
Personal assistant or production assistant, and then you move on from there. Because I did not to cut you off, but there was a story that I heard a long time ago because I was getting into the film industry, and they said this that I forgot his name, man. I forgot his name, but he was now he's huge, but he graduated film school, top of his class, creative guy, got on his first set. He's like, dude, it was Twister.
Dang.
And he's on his first set, and he was happy, like, oh my God, okay, I went on for directing, I've learned all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. They hand me a walkie-talkie, and they took me to where all the equipment was, and they said, no, you got to watch the equipment, and we're going to go film. Yeah. And he was like, but I just graduated film school. Yeah. Doesn't matter. You're going to watch all the equipment, and we're going to be over here. So make sure no one steals this equipment. Okay. And he's like, dude, I just graduated. I'm on a big hit movie, Twister, but I'm watching the equipment. Yeah. So you're right. I mean, you have to start from the bottom.
Oh, for sure. Because no matter what knowledge you have, you know, there's seniority on sets. There's experience always triumphs over everything. And I think too, and I'm not putting down, you know, education or anything, but I just feel like this is all you need right here. You know, like YouTube it. If you got a desire, you got a passion. Now for me, like, I'm not a tech specialist, so like I have guys in my team who are like tech savvy. That's what they do. They'll sit there and watch tutorial videos for hours at hand. Nice. That's not more of my game. Are there things that, yes, you do need education for in film? Yeah, you absolutely do. But YouTube has everything nowadays.
Someone asked me the other day. Well, someone asked me, went to this convention, and someone asked me, because they're all talking about what college they went to.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's
they
right.
go, and they go, what college did you go to? I go, YouTube University. Man, I got all the free grad.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And these were high tech guys.
Yeah.
Not high tech. I mean, very successful
Very educated.
individuals,
Right.
educated, and they just started laughing because they were like, yeah, I can see that. I go, yeah, because you're right. You can learn everything on there, but you said something that's key, and that's what people need to understand too. Is that it's who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Because yes, like for myself, I might not be good at something, but I bring somebody on that is good.
Yeah.
But I still know the basic of it, so I can have a conversation with the person.
100%.
But I don't need to get in depth in the whole thing. Like you,
Yeah.
you-
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But I think that goes hand in hand with in every industry. You
Yes.
know, I always, I saw a lot of people with my title, a lot of CEOs along the way. I met a lot of people, but there was a lot of them that I didn't want to be like them.
Yeah.
There was, so you're always looking for the one person that, because titles don't mean anything. Sometimes education doesn't either.
Yeah.
Is that one person that gets you,
Yes.
in your industry, and I'm a little confused. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
So are you a writer? Are you like you're inspired to write movies and create, or is there a difference?
Got you.
that's a good question.
That is a great question, and I would like to explain it because I think people sometimes misunderstand like how the film structures work.
Yeah.
So, for instance, like a lot of times in credits, you'll see the director,
Right.
and okay, dude, the director was amazing. Like he's the one who made it all happen. But like, really, sometimes it's the producer or an amazing editor. What I'm finding out that my role is a producer.
Okay.
Like legitly, that's my
You like
my
producing.
gift. Yeah, it's just what I'm good at. So my job is basically put the team together. But I am originally a writer, so a lot of times I'll bring the concept to the table, and I'll say, okay, here's the idea I have. Let's go ahead and write it out. And basically, it's called a treatment. So I'll come with a stack like this, and I've just been writing all night. And I'll meet with my team. So I'll get the director, I'll get the writer. I say, okay, let's make this into a screenplay. And as we're writing out the script, we're landing all the shots because I'm doing everything at once.
And you're the visionary. You're
Yeah.
envisioning it at the same time. It's all
100%.
going on in your head.
100%.
And you know what? And that's that right there, Monica. What he just said right now, that process is hard because I'm going to be honest, I don't like that process.
Yeah.
And when it comes to film, because it's hard for me to envision it.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
because they're writing it out, and it's really it's difficult if you don't have that creative team right there. Because
Yeah.
I get lost. Last time we were doing my movie Crave, and they were writing the scenes out and this, and boom, and we're gonna write this and this, and I was like, I'm lost. I just stepped out.
Yeah.
I literally stepped out and let the team handle it because it's difficult to start putting all the shots
Oh, for
and
sure.
all this
You're,
stuff
you're
down.
creating a world. Like,
Yeah.
you're creating something from nothing. And you're not just doing it creatively. Like, now you got to make sure all the right shots, all the right frames. And then whatever you write, now it's my job to, like, they're going to go have fun and just shoot this. Now I got to break down the budget.
Yeah.
Now I got to get the people and all the resources to put it together. But I love it. And I feel like, if I can say this, is like I feel like God's giving me the capacity to do it. It's growing my capacity because originally I just wanted to, have a job on a crew, a solid crew, and I did. I was traveling, working for a producer. Life was great, and then I just felt the sense of that calling of like, you know what? I need to do my own company, and God's put me with the right people. We're like-minded, and we're on fire right now. We're excited.
What a gift! Definitely a gift.
It
and
is.
I think it's a blessing to know that you're able to do that now.
Yeah.
And that you're able to now form your own company.
Yes.
It's your vision. It's
Yeah.
it's everything that you've been looking for. And so now
100%.
it's all about growing, right? It's all about growing. But you've taken other steps. You've learned a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Even before the 2 years, you grew a lot.
Yeah,
And then now
definitely.
everything's coming into play.
Yes.
And that's exactly what sometimes I talk to him and I tell him, when you find that right mentor, sometimes we have to do a lot of listening versus trying to step into that role right away.
Right,
you
right.
got to really pay attention and absorb it. And then when you're no longer there and you take that leap of faith and you go on your own, you're going to be like, I remember that.
Oh,
I
that's
remember
good.
that. I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that. And then you take everything that you learn, because at first you feel like you're not learning anything.
Yes, 100%.
Because some people don't listen. They don't like to listen. They like to always be very opinionated about everything. Oh, well, yeah, it.
Well, because it feels useless sometimes. Like, it feels like, man, what am I doing? I just want, like you were talking about that guy and the Twister set, and I'm pretty sure in your field too, like, it's humble beginnings, and it's like, no, I want it now, and it's almost like the Karate Kid, where Mr. Miyagi's telling him wax on, wax off, and he's like, hey, what am I doing? I'm just like cleaning this guy's car.
Yeah, just like
you know?
that guy was watching the equipment.
Yeah. It's like,
Exactly,
well, this is useless, but then in the right time, everything that was instilled in you, it comes out.
It comes out.
That's how I feel right now, where I'm like, oh, I've been in this situation before. I've had my back against the wall. Like, okay, I know what to do. I know I've been pulling long hours, but now I get to do it. People I love, people that actually like me and have my back, and I have their back, and we're not trying to, you know, because the industry is very cutthroat, and pretty much every industry is cutthroat. Sad to say, but it's nothing like, there's no greater joy than working with people that you really love, because now it's like you're getting paid to have fun and be with your friends.
Yeah, because you know what they say, and this is so true. When you love what you do, everything. However you receive, you know, your however you get paid for what you do, it comes in different forms, not just money.
100%.
Right? And I feel that way. I feel that way because even though, you know, I haven't made, you know, the money that I deserve to be making, I love what I do, so it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
You know, and when somebody succeeds, that's my payment, and I take that to heart,
right?
Because that's because we love what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and everything will come. You know, everything will come. The money, the success,
100%.
that everything. But you got to know that you're making a difference.
100%. I believe that.
No, I love the fact that, you know, I love seeing young Latinos thriving.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I got to meet you a while ago, and we met on a set, and stuff, and then we had some encouraging words to one another and stuff, and then after now to see you now and seeing you stepping out and really pursuing your dream, I love it. I thrive on surrounding myself around people like that, because don't get me wrong, sometimes even at the place where I might be at, I need an extra push. Yeah. And being around someone that has that fire, you know, it begins to ignite me. That's what kind of we talked about today on the way in to work. You know, it's we ignite one another in the fire, because you know, sometimes the competition out there brings fire to you. And I say you're my competition, but there's certain things in your life that might ignite you again.
Right. Push you.
And that's what I tell him. That's what I tell him, you know, when we're being challenged. Sometimes, you know, everybody becomes complacent at some point, you know, and you're not growing at that point,
right?
Because you're complacent. But when competition comes, it's almost like you're either going to die, or you're gonna rise
to the occasion,
you know. And I love it because I feel like I thrive during like times, you know, trial times.
Yes.
And I really, when I thrive, I feel like I'm winning.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm winning, not just on the outside, because a lot of people might not see it, but I see it and I feel it in my body. I feel it in my heart, and I'm like, you know what? But at the end of the day, that's what I tell everybody. What's gonna make you stand out? Yeah. You know, and sometimes you have to be pushed, you know, and that's God's doing. Oh, 100%. I feel like that's God's doing, because God said, you're very complacent right now. Let me bring something to you, you know, to see if this is what you really want to do.
Yeah, definitely. I agree, because I think sometimes, and for me, the way I used to be, and, you know, Felix Street's a good friend of mine, owner of Hazel Media. I know you guys work with them.
Yes. He's an amazing guy.
Amazing guy.
He's amazing. He's got the cutest little smile.
Oh, he does. He does,
God. Oh, my God.
I almost invited him to have soup yesterday.
I text Monica, wrong group text, Monica. That was the business text.
That's hilarious.
He's all, I'm on my way. Felix is like, I'm on my way. Yeah,
really
I'm on my way.
Felix
We should have. We have plenty.
He's a social bug. But I thank God for a good friend like him, because, you know, I think 6 months ago I was complacent. I totally was, to be honest. It was like I was upset because, you know, once again, you know, like just giving yourself to people and giving it your all and not really seeing the return that you're expecting. And it was like, oh my God, like, man, when is it my turn, you know? And I was having a little pity party, and this guy was like, you're sitting on your butt. You got all this talent, you got all these connections, all these friends, people that have your back and are ready to ride with you. I'm ready to ride with you. Like, let's get out there, let's make moves. And he literally sparked the fire under me, and it pushed me and propelled me, because what it is your dreams are in places of uncomfortability. That's where they're found.
That's right.
You know, and it's never in your timing. It's like, oh, but I want this and I want that. And I want it like that. But it's like, no, it's here right now. Either you take it or you don't. And that's the calling of an entrepreneur. You know, it's like, it's never going to be when the economy's right, when your family's perfect, your relational life is great. It's going to come like, oh my God, everything's upside down right now. Like, I'm going to these meetings and Felix will tell you, you know, I've been in pitch meetings. I'm right now I'm pitching documentaries and a couple movies.
Okay.
And I've sat at tables with, you know, multimillionaires, and they're like, oh my God, I love your vision. And I love it, Isaiah. You're doing, man, this is great. We believe in you. We're going to invest into you. And I'm walking away and I'm like, okay, we have no gas to get home. You know, like, how are we going to do this? We're scraping pennies together.
Right.
And I just walked away from, you know, this big table and just not putting on a front, but like almost in a sense, sometimes you do got to fake it till you make it. You got to push through.
Yeah.
You got to know, like, you got to ask yourself, you know, is this really what I want?
And that's
Yeah,
okay.
I love
you
it.
know,
I know what you're saying,
feel
right?
like what you just said. You're speaking not just in your industry, but you're speaking to every industry.
Right.
Everyone who owns a business, if you're not uncomfortable growing, you're not growing.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's when we are uncomfortable that we grow.
Yes.
You know, I've had many, you know, feel sorry for me parties by myself, where to the point where I've even cried myself. You know, there was times too during the time that I was building, you know, the Greater West Covina, that I didn't want my kids to see me cry, and I would go into my garage, and I would cry myself, or I would cry, you know, by myself for about an hour. But then the next day I would feel stronger.
Yeah.
And it's during those times that you do grow.
Yes.
But look at how strong you look now. You
Yeah.
look stronger. You
Thank
look
you.
confident. I saw that confidence when I first met you, when you came into the office, you know, and we spoke. I felt something with you, like a connection. And we didn't connect until, you know, I sparked up a conversation about something.
Yeah.
And then we explored it, right?
Right.
And that's how it is. And then what you said right now too, JR, when he first was trying to figure out, do I want to be part of the GWC or not, or whatever, he would be like trying to pull his hair out, whatever little hair he has under the hat. Saying, you know,
Oh God.
saying, you know,
It's jab day.
You
Yeah,
have
it
all
is.
these connections, Monica. You have this, you have that. But that's because, you know, I was in one of those moments where you just feel like, is it really worth it for me to continue doing this, you know?
Yeah.
But now I feel like I'm getting life back, you know,
Yeah.
like all the waters that has been poured, now I
Yes.
feel like I'm blooming again.
Yes.
And that's the
But
beautiful
who we
part
hang out
about
with.
it.
It's who we hang out with.
Exactly,
Yes.
because now we're surrounding ourselves with different people, different people that are dreaming.
Yes.
You know, and how dare us promote something that we are not doing for ourselves,
100%.
right?
100%.
But we don't just run ourselves with people that are dreaming. They're driven.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're driven.
Yeah.
We're passionate. And you said
Yes.
something else that's key that's happened to me plenty of times. And that's why I think sometimes, you know, I'm going to be transparent, where I fall into a little bit of discouragement. Is, like you said, you walk away from a meeting that everybody's saying, great job, we want to support you, we got you. But then you get in your car and almost like reality hits of like, like, dude, but I'm struggling.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going through this and that. And it's almost to the point where I have to, you know, it's like, yes, this is my reality of where I'm at. But at the end of the day, I still have to be visionary and declare that that's where I'm going to be. And start speaking as that's where I'm going to be. That's why I'm in this position. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because that's me.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not preparing yourself now, then you know you're not going to be ready even when you get there.
No,
You're preparing yourself now.
100%. Because if the process to get you to the dream, you know, breaks you, what are you going to do when you're in the dream and all these hardships come and you know, I don't know.
You have
just feel
unworked
like,
muscles.
Yes, I feel like everything is earned, you know. Of course, I do believe in divine destiny. I do believe doors do open for you, but it's up to us to walk through them.
Correct.
It's God and hard work, you know, and not taking no for an answer, not allowing those voices in your head to, because like you said, you know, yes, I don't really trap myself in labels, but yeah, I am a minority. I am a young Latino. I've been on sets where I was the only Hispanic person, the only person of this age, but I didn't allow that to, like, I didn't want to get stuck in a category. But But man, were the odds against me at times, you know?
Sure.
Where I was in rooms where everyone went to film school and everyone has a degree in business, or they've been on this set, that. I honestly, I was in places where I had no business being. And even the owners would be like, I don't know why we let you in, because you have no
Wow.
experience.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be here. You don't even really fit in like what we're doing, but something inside told me to put you here.
Favor, man.
Yeah,
It's favor.
It is, and I think if you match favor with hard work and believing in yourself, and I hope I'm speaking to some young business people out there that are watching, that they get inspired to go for it, to go for your dream, because life is short. The window of opportunity is short, and we, like the Bible does say, and I don't mean to get preachy, but it says that time and chance comes to us all. So no one can say, oh, it's my luck, or oh, I'm from this side of town, or my family. Man, I came from a family where both my parents were former gang members, drug addicts. Statistically, I shouldn't be where I'm at today.
Right.
I was days away from being born in federal prison. The list goes on. But I'm not going to sit here and cry me a river. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, man, I'm 29. I should have been this at this place of life. But no, if I have another day and air in my lungs, I'm going to get up. I'm going to keep
love that,
going.
man.
That's beautiful. That's
Woo,
so
I
beautiful.
like that. Wow,
and,
man.
And I always, the way I see it when I see people that dream, I see myself, in them a lot. And I always say, the sacrifice for everything that is good in life isn't easy. Isn't always easy. And I always think, let's get spiritual. It's all right. I always think of, Jesus and his journey. Was his journey an easy one? No. There was a lot of sacrifice. There was a lot of pain.
sacrifices.
Yes.
There was a lot of, a lot of disbelief, like you don't belong, you don't
Right,
this,
right.
you don't that. And I always see my life that way. I always see, what people said, I was a young brown girl.
Yeah.
I embrace that now, because you know what? Everybody gets criticized. He got criticized.
Oh, 100%.
Although he was king.
Yeah.
But to them he wasn't.
Right.
So who says that we don't belong? We belong anywhere we want to be.
Yes.
We belong at every table. It's our mentality that
Yes.
stops us.
Yes.
And I always say, if God suffered that much, and I feel like I'm suffering this little bit, like how dare me?
Oh, yeah.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Go get
Well,
it.
yeah. Well, there's always somebody struggling more.
Yeah.
Exactly, and as long as I have a roof over my head, the right time is never gonna be here.
Never.
Never the right
Never.
time. Who says? Is this, I'm gonna have a kid when the right time comes? When is the right time? It's
100%.
never the right time. Just do it.
Just
Do
And
it.
this is your kid right now,
Yeah.
Zeal.
Oh, yeah.
This is your baby, your
I'm
kid.
giving my all to it. I remember a few months back, someone told me, Isaiah, what are you doing? You're putting all your eggs in one basket. And I was like, oh my God, maybe I am. Oh, Jesus.
You put it that way.
Yeah, like maybe I should have did this and should have did that, because I had a chance with, with sports, with MMA, with, could have been a cop, all these other, all the options start coming in. But I'm like, no, I know I chose the right thing. And what gave me a peace of mind was, it wasn't just going to be a career for me, but a calling. Like, this is my purpose in life. And if I could promote real quick, like what my company does.
Yeah, of course.
Do it, please.
Of course.
We're not
Promote it.
just your regular film company. So our objective is we have powerful messages behind our films. Of course, so we work with high-end, content creators, actors, reality shows. Yeah, we'll do the whole nine, it's not a problem. But our passion is making films that are actually going to give life to this generation.
Nice.
There's so many problems going on right now. Deaths from fentanyl overdoses are through the roof, and it's majority young people. They're dying in the thousands. It's heartbreaking, and no one talks about it. It's like, wait, you don't know what's going on in the high schools? Like, there's kids overdosing every day, and good kids. They didn't know that, I thought I was taking this vitamin, or or obviously they did think they were taking a drug, but they didn't realize it was fentanyl.
Laced, yeah.
Yes, and how powerful. I look at it like a plague. And I see a lot of, TV shows out there and movies that are, quote unquote coming of age. And, I'm not here to hate on anybody, but it's like, okay, you're showing the problems in these TV shows, and you're opening up, like how they say in counseling, you're opening up a wound, but you're not doing anything to heal that wound. You're not giving real solutions. You can't just say, call a number at the end of this episode.
Right, yeah, that's
Dude,
what they do.
like, what?
That's what they do.
No, if you're going to speak to this generation about these issues, like you got to really be personal with it. And I know as somebody, and I don't mean to put, my family's business out there, but I grew up in a great home. My parents did come from a crazy background, but they raised us right, raised us in church, all good kids. My youngest sister, after my father passed, found herself hanging out with the wrong people from one day to the next, okay? Like, good kid. One day to the next, smoking pot in her room, okay, rebellious teenager stuff, to like, oh my God, this kid's like not coming home. She's hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Right.
Come to a point where I'm in Miami working, and I get a phone call that, hey, your sister's at the hospital, and they're pumping fentanyl out of her system.
Oh my gosh.
And this is my baby sister.
Right.
And I'm all the way on the other side of the country, like,
So it's like you can't just get in the car and go.
what can I do?
Right.
Like, I'm asking
can't.
the coordinator, can you get me a flight home? Like,
Right.
I need to get home to my sister. And I'm like, God, why would you do this? Like, I don't understand. And it was like, well, now you feel it, Now you feel it. Now it's personal. It hit home. So it's not just you're hearing about it on social media or you're, so-and-so's family member or a friend of the family. Now it's in your backyard. What are you going to do about it?
Wow.
And that's where I'm at right now. So we're working on a TV show. It's going to be powerful, you guys. And our hope and dream is to take it into high schools nationwide
That's wonderful.
and be able to speak to young people where they're at, but in a cool, creative way.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of people try to talk to young people, and I remember being in high school and putting up those walls.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, dude,
Yeah, it's kind of like they're hammering a nail into
Yeah.
your head, and it's just not going in or something.
100%.
You have to
Well, because
reach.
their attention span is very, very short. So if you're not doing
100%.
something that's very creative, you'll lose them immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's our tactic. And, we're working on other stuff right now.
What's your genre? Is it were you trying to do documentaries, film, or
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
So is this going to
do
be a
everything.
documentary, or is it going to be like a short film?
It's going to be a narrative. So it's
Narrative.
actually going to be a TV series.
Okay.
So it's going to be
It's not GWC
episodic.
behind the scenes. Behind the scenes GWC.
happened?
The life of GWC. It's not that.
Oh no, but that is coming. That's in the works, guys. That is in the works.
Yes, he pitched
So-
it, guys. He wants to do behind the scenes in the life because he says that me and Monica, we're like brother and sister behind the scenes, guys. You gotta.
Oh yeah, they're hilarious. I like being around you guys. It reminds me of me and some of my partners.
Well, no, I love the
yeah.
fact what you're doing. I mean, so what projects do you have right now that you have done? Maybe some links that
Yes.
people could go to right now.
100%.
Or explain one of your. You said you had one that was winning right now.
Yes. Okay.
So explain that one.
Let me put my promoter hat on. Okay. Now we got to talk some business. All right, guys. So right now you can go to zealproductions.com or you can go to our Instagram, zealprods. In the link. We have we are entered in a competition with MusicBed, very well-known, popular licensing music app or website.
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
Basically, we're looking to win anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000.
Okay.
They're going to give it to us to make a film. We have a film that we have in the competition. It's winning right now. It's called Mi Mija, Mi Soldada. It's based on a true story.
What does
It's
that mean? I don't
epic.
speak Spanish.
It's basically saying, like, from a father's perspective, like,
¿Cómo dijiste?
mi mija, mi soldada. So, like, my sweetheart, my daughter, but also, like, my soldier. Because...
Mi soldada.
Mi soldada.
Oh,
yeah,
mi
see...
hija, mi soldada.
Yeah, see, and
Okay,
I'm not
'cause,
a
I thought you
good
were
Spanish
saying-
speaker. No, I'm serious. I don't speak a lick of Spanish.
Yeah.
Me either.
Now I get it.
No,
But
but...
so is it gonna be Spanish though?
No. It's totally American. It's just...
Oh, okay. Just that the title.
Yeah, the title, because it's... The father spoke Spanish to them.
Yo soy tu hija y tu soldada.
But what he's saying is,
Okay.
like,
Soldada.
what happens is you have two daughters, opposite sides of a war. But their father put them in a place like this because they grew up in domestic violence.
It makes sense.
Yeah, he used to beat them up. So one becomes a cop and one becomes a criminal. And this is all true. They end up crossing paths.
Wow, that just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Okay.
it's like they're both soldiers. They're both in a man's world. They both climbed to the highest rank possible that a woman could in those worlds. And then their paths crash once again.
Wow.
Mis hijas, mis soldadas. My daughters, my soldiers.
Yes, 100%.
I like that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
that's what we're
awesome.
working on right now. You can check it out on MusicBed. We have a documentary that's being pitched with Netflix and Amazon right now. It's called How Did I Get Here? It's about the homeless or the unhoused, as they say now. It's a powerful documentary. Oh my God, it's heartbreaking.
Wow.
All the trailers for this will be on our Instagram and website in the next few days. besides that, we have our TV show we're working on, and then we're just working with a lot of big influencers right now.
Hey,
It's been good.
you're missing one, in the
Oh,
life of
man.
the GWC. Now
The
that's gonna be
That's gonna go viral.
Man,
Those
that's
are
just gonna
those
go,
are
like,
clients. This is a partnership. These are friends.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay,
family
this is
right
a
here.
family
Alright,
partnership.
alright.
Yeah, that's us, Zeal Productions, but we're new.
Does
in
Felix have to be in
SUV.
it?
Does Felix?
Yeah,
He has to be.
Oh, yeah,
He's hilarious.
Okay,
You know-
I guess we'll
Yeah.
put him in. Dang
For
it.
some reason, that guy has just grown on me. I gotta make him some soup.
I know, me
Have him
too.
over.
Man.
Don't worry. I'll add chicken to yours.
It only took me, like 29 years of life to get closer to
right.
him. But-
No, but I'm, as an older person looking in, because I could be your mom, and I probably say that.
Look too
you know,
young, Monica.
I probably say that because I have two sons, who
Gotcha.
have really just have gone from from being regular teenagers to now being one of them is a top chef,
Wow.
executive chef, and he's very young. He's only 29, and then the other one, the young one, 26, who's also a sous chef.
Wow.
And to me, I'm sure your mother is very proud, to see her son evolve in the world that he loves.
Yes.
Same with JR, his mom is extremely proud of him. And it makes me happy because I know me having sons, nothing brings us more joy than to see our kids, following their dreams and doing, but they're learning from their parents.
Yes.
It's our family life.
Yes.
And it's wonderful to see. So for me, I have to say I'm really proud of you. I'm so happy that I met
Thank
you
you.
guys, Felix too, DJ. All these guys are like my kids' age, and it's like it's amazing, except for this guy, he's one of the older ones. But then we
Well,
have a student,
the older ones.
We have a student here,
Aiden's becoming great.
Who is just like, I see a smile when he comes here
Yeah.
now. He's really comfortable around us, getting gadgets, but he's learning.
Yes,
Even
I
when
love
I
it.
send him to go do something for me, he looks at JR to see if Puppy is okay with it. And it's like, it's
I go.
okay, you could go. But being mentors to someone, as young as Aiden, that's looking at us and to see that he's a listener, he's
Yeah.
listening to everything that we're saying, and for
Right.
him to see examples like this, to me, like it's just a wonderful thing, and we got to keep going because
Yes.
you guys are the future.
Yes.
I mean, I'm ready to exit, I'm ready to retire, and I want my legacy to continue.
Yeah.
I really do. I've been doing this for 16 years,
Wow.
and it's a long time. I would say 20,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, because anyway,
With
it's
the
not
whole,
about me,
the whole
but
chamber stuff. But no, you're doing
Yeah,
an amazing job, man.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you on board.
you.
You guys will be seeing a lot of Isaiah because of the things that we're doing. You'll be a part of Hispanic Heritage Month coming up as
Yes,
well.
we'll be shooting.
So there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing. We're really excited. And so, but where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see the Zeal Productions?
Wow. Okay. Real quick, in a nutshell,
Yes.
5 years, I see us having multiple studios, properties. I would love to have a school to
Okay.
teach young people affordable with housing, and basically be at a place where our films are truly making an impact. Whatever we make, that it would be making an impact.
That's amazing.
I love it.
That's the goal. That's the
amazing.
dream.
And we will continue to all pray together, just so that God keeps the dream alive in our
Yes.
hearts and in our
Yep.
mind. And when your mind and your heart are connected, it's powerful because that means that is your calling. When it's not connected, there's a disconnection and it's not.
That's good. I'm gonna have to write that down. I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
It really
Thank
does.
you.
It really does. And so, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
you
It's
so
an honor.
much. And like, man, I hope you guys like, share, subscribe to this. Isaiah had a lot of great things that he shared, and it's amazing because it's coming from an entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur, and so. Every Tuesday, don't forget to tune in. We thank you to our sponsors. We thank you to everyone that's been participating. And don't forget, we got Hispanic Heritage Month coming up. Kickoff is September 20th. We have a great lineup coming for 4 weeks in a row.
I know.
She's so excited she can't
my
even talk.
God. I know. All I keep doing is just like, oh my God, what am I going to wear for these occasions?
Oh my God. That's her concern. We're all concerned about who's going to be showing up, and she wants to know what she's going to wear. All right,
Hey,
guys.
Because I'm very comfortable knowing that you got this.
Oh.
You got this. Yeah, don't forget, everybody. Thank you so much again for, tuning in every Tuesday night. at 6 p.m. And, we love it when we have guests that we can showcase about all the great things that they are doing in our communities. So our next guest is going to be Felix. Felix.
You gotta stop pounding on the. You're not supposed to be pounding.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So until then, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you.